No, I haven't stopped animating. I made 3 renders in the past 2 weeks. Now, that possibly could have been a lot more, but I'm busy during the weekdays, leaving some weeknights and weekends available for practice. I wish at times there was more time for it, or it could reasonably become a full-time practice, but right now there really isn't. Maybe if you like, share and comment to let me know what you think so that I'm not making videos in a vacuum. It can be a full-time affair. Who knows? That aside, I made 3 understandably short renders over the past 2 weekends. They aren't connected in any way. I'm just trying my hands at different animation perspectives. The first one is called Mandive, or at least that's just what I called the working folder. For this one, I just wanted to play with water in Blender. I explored several add-ons in the process, some of which I regret looking into, but at the end of the day, I ended up not using any flow systems. Irrespective of whatever flow system you're using, you're certainly going to go through a tedious bake and correct workflow. And given that I only had weekends to put something reasonable together, I needed options that worked in real time. I'd love to explore fluid simulations some other day. They are some of my favorite kinds of animations to watch, especially when they are very detailed and natural. For the animation, I combined 2 Mixamo animations and retargeted them to the character's rig. The shorts were made and animated in Marvelous Designer. Then, of course, this is an EV render because, as I've mentioned before, I do not have that much time. I imagine, given that this render involved water, the cycles render option would have been a lot better, but I had to work with what I could in the time that I could. The render took roughly 8 minutes for the first frame and 10 minutes for the second frame. I'm happy with the turnout nonetheless. I still have the blend file saved, so it's possible I'll be running it through cycle soon to check how much better it could have looked. That's it for this part of the series. I hope I'll get the chance to talk about the other animations as planned. If not, just know that it was a similar process, but the others were hand animated as opposed to Mixamo copy paste. Thank you for checking in on my animation learning progress. I am learning new things almost every time I open Blender these days. I'm also loving the process much more than I thought I would. Even the parts I feared would be hard and tedious. The big challenge, though, is hard drive space limitations. Rendering, especially when attempting fluids and whatnot, eats up a lot of your hard drive space if you're not careful about what you're doing. That said, thank you for watching this video. I feel guilty anyway because it feels like I've entered a bit of a bait and switch situation with this channel. For those of you who are here for the IMV related content, but for what it's worth, the channel's overall perspective was always 3D in general. IMV was just a space I was working with most of the time. I'm still doing stuff for IMV, of course, but with the amount of time on my hands of late and things that I would love to try out, it hasn't been easy balancing. However, I think for IMView, we've covered most topics related to 3D mesh creating. For urgent support purposes, of course, the Discord server is still there. Okay, everyone, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Again, this is a bit of a new space for me, so pointers are much welcome. Thanks again, and here's to more 3D videos.